Five Nights at Freddy's plushies that I have made today. These include Shattered Glamrock Chica, Nightmare Bonnie, Nightmarian, Nightmare Fredbear, Shattered Roxanne, Scrap Trap, a custom toy Bonnie, Springtrap, Fredbear, and Shattered Monty. So we're going to go through each of these guys individually, and I'm just going to give a quick overview of who, what they are, and kind of how I'd base their designs, because some of these guys are very varying on their quality and designs, especially this guy. He doesn't look that great, I'm not going to lie. But we're going to start it with Fredbear. So with Fredbear, I based him off of his FNAF world design, mainly just because I kind of thought it was cute. This was based off of a bootleg plush that I bought off of Temu for $4, and I honestly think he looks pretty cute. I do think he looks a little strange compared to just a normal FNAF plush, but as you can see here, he kind of just fits in because he has the happy-go-lucky kind of eyes, and I do like Fredbear from his FNAF world design, and I gave him his little buttons, and he just looks like a happy little dude. There's nothing really going on in the back, but yeah, you can just kind of tell that this dude is just a happy, jolly little guy. He has a nice little head tilt too. He just kind of, his head can wobble pretty easy. So next we are going to go ahead and jump into Springtrap here. So Springtrap has the bottle cap eyes yet again, just like Fredbear, except I gave him his eyebrows. This guy was also made using a fake bootleg that I bought from Temu. I think this dude looks good. One of my commenters said that I put a little too much detail in, and I can kind of see it. I think I went a little too hard on the weird blood marker there. I really probably should have kind of left it off, because I did do a little too much detailing for it to be Funko accurate. But I do think he looks fairly good. I still like him, and I think he captures Springtrap a little better with the silver eyes instead of the yellowish eyes. I do like the way that his ear is pinched. I pinched that for like 5 hours using a clothespin, and I think it looks better that way. But yeah, so Springtrap just kind of vibing. I think he really kind of captures the main killer look. He looks a little bit more creepy than he did at first. So next we're going to go ahead and jump into this cursed creation. This here is Toy Bonnie. I basically cut his eyes off because one of his eyes were so lazy it was crazy. So I basically just cut his eyes open and put some black felt behind there. And I just wanted to kind of give him a sunken eye look, but instead the white part on his right eye decided it was going to start coming off. And now it's just a little bit out of whack there. I still think he looks better than he did when I first bought him, but he does look pretty bad, I'm not gonna lie. He looks like he put on a little bit too much eyeshadow, or he got punched in the face, one of the two. Up next, we got Montgomery Gator. This is the shattered version. So he has no legs, but he does happen to have just a black circle under there, so that way, like, you don't, lose all of the stuffing. It's in there pretty darn good. This dude is going to be kind of a creepy crawly. I actually used Roxanne's eyes that I cut off of her face and put them on Monty upside down, so that way he would have eyelids underneath there. I guess his, I don't remember. Kind of like do they have bottom? They have bottom eyelids. That's strange. Yeah, so he's got all sorts of wires just hanging around. I just used some yarn to make the wires. Very basic endoskeleton on the inside. I think this dude looks pretty good. He's probably one of the better ones. One of the ones that has the better head withering. I also withered his mohawk to be a little bit more frailed out. This dude is just completely disheveled. I want to make his sunglasses, and I need to put his tag back on. But yeah, that's kind of just the basics of Monty. Now we're going to go ahead and move on to Roxanne here to kind of round out our glam rocks. We can see that her face has been completely cut off. I removed her eyes and gave them to Monty, like I said earlier. She has the bottle cap design as well. I just kind of wanted to make her look a little more cutesy, because I made her after Ruin, so I wanted to give her some cute little eyes, and as well as the red ones that kind of replace her normal eyes. Just kind of a nod back to FNAF 2, where Withered Bonnie has the red dots, but so does Roxanne, so I just gave them to her. But I also gave her the weird little rivets on the eyeballs there, or at least the eye sockets that she has in her Ruin design. However, I would like to make the Ruined animatronics here soon. I might just buy some fakes, but this one is an actual official plush, just like Monty and Chica are. But I decided I was going to stop using official plushies right after I made these guys, because these guys, there's absolutely, like, unless they're owned by me or another collector that actually cares about individual characters, then they're not going to want to buy something that has been so far disheveled. Yeah, but anyway, that's kind of just Roxanne. So now we are going to go ahead and finish off the Glamrock animatronic trio with Glamrock Chica. Now, she has seen some terrible things, and I gave her a bottom eyelid using some pink paint and a Sharpie there. Lots of Sharpie detailing on this one, just kind of doing all the cracks in the head, as well as some paint detailing on the bow tie there to just kind of give her a little bit more of a greasy look. Yeah, just all sorts of grime pushed all over this thing. The back of the head. She's got a silver arm with a wire hanging out. I just really wanted to make her look like she's really cracked up, and I think that she does, especially with the chest there. Her beak has been completely removed here. She just got the endoskeleton mouth going on with a couple pieces of yarn to create that illusion there. I think she looks pretty good, if not a little basic compared to the others. Yeah. So now we are going to start off with the FNAF 4 crew. Here we have Nightmare Bonnie. He was one that I went off and shown off a few days ago. He's once again got the bottle cap eyes that I painted and put on there. I honestly do think he looks really cool. I think he looks a little uncanny compared to some other FNAF plushies that I've made. But other than that, I think he's fine. I think it's really just the color of the purple of eyes that I gave him. He just looks very dead. I don't understand how he looks like that, considering he's a plush rabbit. But he just looks... He honestly does look pretty freaky. Like, even compared to Fredbear back there, I think Bonnie here, it's just... There's something weird about him, and I don't know what it is. It might be the shape of his muzzle there, and the fact that his nose is completely upside down. But there's something wrong with this dude. I just can't really put my finger on it. And you can see here, I went off and actually like withered on the inside. I gave him his endoskeleton underneath there, unlike what Funko did. This was also made from a bootleg that I ordered off Temu. He's got his endoskeleton foot. I might add claws to my Nightmare animatronics here after a while, but I'm not going to do that on the official ones because I don't want to, ruin them. But this guy was also made from a bootleg, and I think he looks pretty darn good for a custom Nightmare Bonnie. So now we are going to go ahead and move on to the Nightmarion or Nightmare Puppet. I'm not going to lie, this one took me like 5 minutes. This was also sourced from a bootleg puppet plushie that I also ordered off Temu. I used some white paint to cover up the cheeks because they weren't embroidered on this one, so I just had to literally just put some white paint and I sealed it. Permanent marker was used to create the tear tracks and the lipstick. I also sealed that. And some paper was used to make the teeth, just like on Nightmare Fredbear. I used some black felt to make the ribs and just some like tentacles hanging off. And I think Nightmarion looks very bland, but effective. I do think it works, but it's not my favorite. Now we're down to the Golden 2. We got Nightmare Fredbear and Scrap Trap. So to go ahead and finish out the Nightmares, and one of the ones that I'm really proud of, we have Nightmare Fredbear here. He was also sourced from the same bootleg as Fredbear was. Here we can see I have done a lot more work on this guy. Now this dude has seen some things. He's not really got much going on in the back. I do need to continue his stomach back there, but I really put a lot of focus into this guy. I cut his eyes off, gave him the bottle cap design, except I made him a little more accurate. I cut his mouth open, gave him a whole row of bloody teeth. I gave him some black felt in there, just slapped some paper for the teeth because I think it looks a lot more jagged and sharp, and I really glued those in there so that way they're not gonna bend or fold. Like, I'm pressing down significantly on this, and it's not going to bend or fold or anything. Like, that'll literally cut you if you like slice your finger bass there real quick. We've got some yarn coming out of the eyes for the wires. He's also got one coming out of his forehead to make him a little accurate. He has the stripe on his hat. Lots of withering. He's got the stomach mouth with 3 teeth going around, the bow tie, the buttons. This dude, I think, looks probably one of the best ones out of the bunch, other than maybe his companion over here, Scrap Trap. And with Scrap Trap, we come down to the 10th and final plush of this video. I actually just finished making him at the time of release. He has his bone arm over here. I might add some blood to it later. He's got some very basic withering. I wanted to keep this guy a little bit more basic because I was going to go all out and stain him up. But then I realized what happened to my other Springtrap, and I felt like I probably shouldn't go all out on the detail. He's got his forehead exposed up here. I didn't want to make it too blatant, but it's kind of, just right there. I think it looks good. But here we can see he's got his missing ear. That's actually made out of a pin cap, like handle thingy that you'd like pin it to your shirt. I just cut it in half and made I put one of it there and the other half over there. I just pinched it on the inside of the fabric so that way it's not going to break or anything, and wrapped a wire around it just to give it that look. And I gave him just another wire exposed coming out and tagging into his head. Just some random wires spewing all over this guy. I cut his eyes off, gave him the bottle cap design, and put his eyelids over it. And then I also put a piece of yarn and wrapped it around the eyeball and glued it to the back so that way it would look like it is a metal rod running through his eyebrow or eyelid into the back of his head. He's got his sharp teeth down in the bottom. I did some very basic withering on the muzzle. He's got some hand withering. I might give him some bony fingers. He's got his bone knife. He's got just some basic withering on his legs. And yeah, I honestly think that Scrap Trap and Fredbear are two of the best ones I've made, or at least Nightmare Fredbear. I do like my Fredbear, though. I think my Fredbear looks really cute. I wish I had my Spring Bonnie up here, but all my other plushies are actually in storage right now, so that kind of sucks. But I have finally completed the scraps, and I've completed my Spring animatronics, and I've completed most of the Nightmare animatronics. The only ones that I still need to make are Nightmare Balloon Boy and Nightmare Mangle. And you know what? I will make them at some point. I just really need to go ahead and buy some more bootlegs off Temu. You can get them there for a pretty good price if you're looking to make some customs. And we're going to have to make the ruined animatronics if Funko doesn't in the next couple of years. So stay tuned for that. I am going to be going back through and completing a lot of the older FNAF cast, just because we know darn well that Funko's not going to go back and make them into plushies because it has been so many years and they're only complacent and giving us recolors, and I'm just done waiting. I will make them myself. Anyway, thank you all so very much for watching. I hope that you guys have enjoyed this video and found some inspiration in all of these guys. Thank you all so much for watching to the end. If you made it to the end, go ahead and comment the word spring. I will like and heart each and every single comment that says the word spring. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Peace out and bye.